breath there. Hey, first fiddle, and we're here today. My name's Jack, and we're here with
Rob Wallace.
Rob Wallace, who's come down from Sound Technology. Basically, like most things, I'm quite oblivious to, but I have seen the Seaboard rocking about, and Rob's come in to do some great videos today. And we want to do a video not about the, it's a larger ecosystem of the blocks that we'll do at another time.
Good word.
Thank you, mate. Well, yeah, techno system. But this, as you came in with it, and I walked to the shop, and a few of the other guys, the guys working the store, were like, "Oh, you got that!" And so I knew we had something exciting in. And I just want to show this is going to be the most affordable way in to having a Seaboard, and I've had a go on it for about 2 minutes, and I'm already loving it. I'm going to pass over to Rob. What have we got here, mate?
Okay, this is called the Seaboard block. So the blocks, LightPad blocks, have been out about 8 months now, and this is the latest addition to the range. And the blocks are the little square guys. Mm-hmm. This works exactly the same way. It will do MIDI over Bluetooth. You can charge it up. It's got a battery in it. But the idea is you've got all the connectors on the back, so you can literally hot swap your LightPad blocks to any configurations you want. So you build up your ecosystem, as you mentioned, of all the different elements to create a working environment to suit the way.
And this seems like this coming out, because I've seen the other blocks and I was like, okay, looks wicked, not sure what it's doing. Yeah. But what's great is on this, I've got a keyboard in front of me. Not only that, it's a keyboard that I'm sure you may have seen. This is an amazing Italian. What's his name?
Marco Parisi.
Well, Marco Parisi. All of that. He's so good on it. And the few times that we've got one in the store, one of the rises, out, and I've always had a go on it and sounded completely. On that kind of was, I was playing what was in my head.
That's the idea.
And I'm excited by it. It's slightly smaller, is it?
Yeah, that's right. It's not the Rise 25 is the next one up, 25 keys, slightly bigger. This has obviously been designed to accommodate the LightPad blocks, so it's a bit like Lego. Everything will just fit together. And
for me, and really cool thing, I reckon with mastery, I'd love that extra space, because like you were saying there, like, go on, mate, start. You forget how much dynamism is in the action. Now, if you don't know about this, and I talk about this dynamic thing, I did quiz Rob. I was like, well, can you plug this into other stuff? Because one of my things was like, I'm not going to buy one because it only works with the computer. But it just sends out standard MIDI, right?
Yeah, it's standard MIDI. It's not sending out anything clever. What's clever is the amount of information it's sending out.
Right.
So they call it multi-dimensional MIDI. And it's like anything with technology. Technology is always leapfrogging itself. These have been out like about 3-4 years now. So manufacturers are starting to make their plugins multi-dimensional.
I think he had a chap in from Modal. That might be, he said he was trying to adopt it as well. Yeah,
because there's a few manufacturers out there who make like the Argon Harp, which is like something out of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Same sort of idea. So there are products out there. So the more products that are coming out there which can send out this amount of control information, manufacturers of plugins are going to be making their plugins
and when we say multi-dimensional, what are the dimensions we've got? Just so because we're running through this. If you don't know what this is, or the Seaboard, it's really exciting because not only is it the smallest, it's going to be the most affordable way in. So this is more of a primer on what this is doing.
So ROLI call it the 5 dimensions of touch.
Right.
So the first one is strike.
Pete has 11 dimensions of touch. So you've got a long way to go, program-wise. And I felt, she knows.
Yeah. So you've got strike, which is velocity. Glide.
Okay. So velocity.
Yep. Then you've got glide, which is this action going up and down the keyboard. It's like a continual control surface, and that's how you can bend between notes.
And I can see my little yellow nodule.
Yeah. That's right.
How fine that is. Like, I'm there on the key. Imagine that, pressing the C on a piano, but then...
Or imagine you're doing a sax sound, you don't quite hit the note, and you blow that little bit harder, bend into the note.
And when I played on the other ones, it just sounded like ball bags, because I was always doing... It sounds but on this, it seems to have really neatened up the playing experiences. That's the technical term as well.
That's a technical term.
It really is, yeah. It's 5 dimensions of ball bag.
Yeah.
But you got... I'm loving it. I'm enjoying how when you're saying it, I can actually enact it very quickly. So glide and slide.
So glide allows you to bend between that. So
that's why I can go between all of them.
Yeah. That's why you don't have pitch wheels on there. And also because it's a continual surface, the top and the bottom. I'm playing so you can go.
Right. Oh, I get it. I was seeing these more as like controller strips, but
well,
that's
it's part of
actually
the whole control surface. So if you want to play and pitch from that note to that note, you do. You just pitch between the notes you want. Cool.
Right. Okay.
So that's the glide function. That's how you can sort of like do trem.
Yeah.
Or bend between notes. Or up and
Mad.
down.
It's so much fun.
And they're independent of each other.
What?
So that's the glide. That's glide function.
Glide.
That's this guy here. Glide. Next one is slide. This is something you can't do on the keyboard. Slide is that direction. So in this one, when you slide up, it's gonna. In this instance, it's gonna add white noise. So it's giving you a breath for your sound.
And hang on. You don't have to press hard. I think on the other ones, I usually like roll it up. Like I'm quite heavy-handed, but it's so light. That's mad. I'm hardly even touching it. So I could play a chord, and the what? Yeah, carry on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get
so
stuck.
that's slide. Then press is what you just alluded to. Is pressure. So this is like aftertouch. So you can play gently and then just push into the note. And on the screen, you can see the little blue. Yeah, play that again.
Oh yeah.
So the little blue dot is your velocity. So the harder you hit the note.
What?
And then the white circle is your pressure.
And if I get that, they're like two ever-expanding nipples.
Indeed.
Lovely.
Independent of each other.
Independent nipple control.
And the last dimension of touch is this guy called lift.
Yeah.
Now this is something people have never considered. When you're playing the keyboard, it's all about the notes you're playing. But what happens to the note when you come off?
Well, it's a big thing on the note release samples that on Rhodes and stuff. Yeah.
So, say for example, you could assign lift to your amplitude envelope, your release.
Yeah.
So if you're playing a string sound on here and you're playing quite legato, you're coming off the strings nice and gently, so you get a nice tail. But then suddenly you get to a passage where you've got to play staccato, so you're playing like this.
Yeah.
The quicker you come off the note you can set it so it makes your release time shorter.
Wow.
So in the past where you'd have to do two different programs to achieve that, you can be playing nice and legato and then staccato and then back to legato again.
And that's a good point on the strings, because a lot of, talking, when we're in the pub talking keyboard chat, like all the keyboard players, people are like, oh yeah, I've looked at one of those and I'd love, maybe I'll buy one for string programming. For that reason, that would be a great way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are using it, especially a lot of people are using these for score writing, for film and for adverts and stuff. Because you've got so much expression at your fingertips when you're watching the advert on the TV. Yeah. If, like you were just saying, I'm just doing it because that's how I want it to go.
Yeah. And I've only sat down this for literally a minute before.
And because it's all
you
MIDI,
can master it.
Yeah, because it's all MIDI, you record it in your DAW, it records the MIDI. So all that stuff you were going...
Then you could fine tune it. Oh.
We wouldn't even need to do that, because this is the thing what it's avoiding, because you don't then have to go back and automate stuff anymore, because you did it on the fly.
You did it, really.
And it recorded it as you played it.
Oh, that's wicked, wow. And what I love is, and this seems like it would be the centre of this block's universe, because you've got you can stick them on here, and then this is plugged in, and it charges everything around it.
Yeah, this is like the missing link for the blocks, because blocks look a little bit alien to what people expect. You can play. There's some amazing demos of people playing the light pad blocks. But again, because it doesn't look like a normal instrument, people are a bit unsure about it. So by making this guy, immediately you've got access into that whole blocks family, but from something that is familiar to you. So
how many can you get in around this?
You can get 3 along the top,
3
along the bottom, 1 either side there, and then you've got the touch blocks as well, which are like the controller box, which give you all your buttons, all your functions.
Right.
So the idea is, if people remember what Lego was, it's a bit like Lego. You just buy the bits you want and you pop it all in. It's all designed that will all fit, so you can configure it any way you want.
Right, let's have a listen. Let's get some other sounds up, because this control interface as well is very clear. You're seeing, you can almost use this to kind of teach your fingers how to control it, because everything is showing up in real time there.
That's right, yes. So this is the, what we're playing is the Equator synth, which comes with these guys. The Equator synth will work standalone like we've got it here. It will work as a VST, so it works as a plug-in for any of your DAWs. But people also think that this only works with Equator, and that's it. It doesn't just work with the ROLI products. At the end of the day, this is sending out MIDI. So you can use it to control any plug-in.
And you said Bluetooth MIDI as well. So
Bluetooth MIDI as well.
This small with an iPad and...
Yeah, iPhone, whatever.
Okay, let's have a look at some other sounds and see what comes up.
Yeah, so
got a fluty one.
Anything particularly like there?
So this is a pad and a lead. That's the thing. You go on it and you're like, oh, hang on, I can do some other stuff here.
Yeah, any plugins you want to use this with have to be compatible with multi-dimensional MIDI. They will still work, but they won't do all the fancy stuff because they weren't designed to receive that amount of information in straight away.
But the slide thing would pick up, wouldn't it?
That would be pitch, yeah,
That's
and
pitch,
pressure
yeah.
is aftertouch, so that is common, so that would work. But more and more manufacturers are making their plugins multi-dimensional compatible now.
Yeah.
So it's just like technology, it's just a matter of time before everyone plays catch up.
Yeah.
But all the FX expansion stuff, that was one of the first plugins that was multi-dimensional MIDI, so their strobe synth, you can control it, everything like that.
But there's bucket loads in here as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just using that there because, you know, to put in the harmonies.
That's the cool thing about this, is where everything you're doing is polyphonic. What you do to one note doesn't affect the others. So one of the holy grail of synthesizers is polyphonic aftertouch.
Yeah, the CS80, yeah.
Essentially, that's what this does. You know, you can apply something to one note and do something completely different to another note, and it doesn't affect the other notes you're playing.
because I'm just holding that G down. I was thinking, and then, but you've got that kind of, you can go Derek Truxey.
Yeah, you can modulate. You can apply more pressure to one note than another, and on the screen it shows you if you play two notes together.
Yeah.
And apply more pressure to one note than the other. You see how the circle is getting bigger,
yeah.
and the other one isn't being affected? That's the equivalent of polyphonic aftertouch. What you're doing is affecting one note.
It's almost
and not
like,
affecting
yeah,
the
you can
other.
get side chainy stuff. I love it. I'm finding it a lot more, just to put it across. The other ones I've played, I haven't played the Big Grand, but I played the Rise one. I'm getting a lot more out. Well, as a keyboard player, this feels like an easier entry as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you should find that once you've played this, you go and play the Rise 25 now, and it'll just be, or the 49, and
it'll get me, yeah.
I'll totally get it.
Yeah, this is such a good little entry into it. Yeah. And you can, I can see these yellow things moving. You can automate. It's almost like...
Yeah, so these guys here are what they call the 5 dimensions of touch.
Yeah.
And essentially all they are is like modulation sources. So the idea is you can assign the action to any of the controls on the synth. So all you have to do is click on it. So like velocity, let's do pressure. So you click on it.
Yeah.
That pressure is what I want to control. So I'll click on it. Immediately you get this yellow outline.
Right.
Now at the moment, anything in this program that is being controlled by pressure goes yellow, and you can see its range and see what it's doing.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Pointing at the screen, you can't see my finger. But if you want to then assign pressure to any function, all you do is hover your mouse over to where you want it to be, and you'll see everything starts getting highlighted in yellow.
Yeah.
So let's go to let's do distortion. Turn distortion on because you've got effects in here as well. What I do, I turn drive down to 0, set my start point, just like on the Nords.
Yeah.
Set pressure, hover over, whack it up to there.
Yeah.
And now when you press, that should introduce distortion. And you can see how this is affecting this. And you can choose different curves where you can change the curves.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To
suit your playing.
To suit your playing on a per program basis.
That is really cool per program as well, because that's what I'm feeling. I reckon everyone would approach it differently, a bit like guitar.
Yeah, yeah.
That's that great leveler. For years, the piano player, I used to go, look, piano, it's a great leveler, because I go play a C, you play a C, you play for 100 years, it doesn't matter, it sounds the same.
Yeah.
But now you're introducing that personality into it and how you play with it.
Yeah, and just like it's multiple functions, and you'll see here, pressure is now we've assigned it to drive. It's doing this level of of sample 2. You can assign it to multiple.
Very clearly laid out synth, by the way. I haven't seen this before. This is great. I can see
this is the bare bones of how it works. All the main things you see here.
And this comes with it.
Yeah, yeah. You get the equator with this guy. You get the equator player, which has just got presets on it.
Right.
With the Rise 25 and 49, you get the full version like I'm showing here.
Right, shebang-a-lang.
But yeah, this is the bare bones. All of this.
So let's have a click on the player. What would be like the first sound that comes out on the player?
So you can just choose different sounds.
Oh,
here.
wicked! Yeah. in such different ways.
You got it. That's what it's about.
Yeah, like just having a bit of time.
Yeah. So when you're playing in your jazz fusion bands and the sax player's taking a solo and then the guitarist's taking a solo,
and then
boys.
when you want to go pitch bend, instead of like, you just go down here.
Yeah. See. And the cool thing is once you've got used to that and you're giving it all large with your right hand.
I'm giving it so large, yeah.
Then you can go, guys, I've still got my left hand. I can do all this as well.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You could play chords and then lead.
Yeah.
And this, just to touch on, so that's the playing service. Wanted to get across how much it's blown my mind, and it's really reasonable. I think, like, we won't talk price because it changed a lot, but go check it out. I think it's remarkably reasonable for what it is. And this is the octave slider. And you said, like, with a light block,
or you get another one of these, you just pop it on.
You just get another one, and then you've got the other octave. Oh, that's cool. And you could add like a few of them, could you?
I think, yeah.
Okay.
So the connections do the power,
but you said
and they do the
Rise,
communication.
On the Rise one, it's got 2 sliders.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to, do stuff on the fly like that, you could just add a block, and then basically you've got that.
Yeah, they do these control blocks. On the Rise, you've got 3 sliders, and what they're here on the side, and what they do, they control the sensitivity of the.
Without having to go into the software, yeah. But what's nice is
they're like these 3 guys here.
Oh, you've got Rise.
Those are actually physically on the side of the Rise. With this guy, you can still go in there and set
in the
software, but they do these blocks. Some of the blocks are control blocks, and they will have this functionality on it. So if you don't want to keep diving into the software to do it, you just buy the block and pop it on anywhere you want, and then you've got the controls at your fingertips.
And I'm saying, if you got any synth, this has got Christmas written all over it. Mm-hmm. I want this for Christmas. I'm putting it out there. So cheers.
Put it out there.
Thanks, Pete. I appreciate it, mate.
You can take that one.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. What we'll do is we'll have a fiddle through and we'll cut some audio in. Well, let's go. Let's flick.
Do you want me to keep recording or while he's fiddling? Yeah. Okay.
Wicked. Well, thanks so much for watching. Thanks, Rob. Cheers, mate.
My man.
And come try this out. I'm sure that we've got the Rise.
Yeah, you've got the big Rise POS in the store, so that's got the grand on it. That will have the Rise 25 on the top of it, and you've got these guys as well.
And we've got a lovely because often people are like, where can I go play this? Come down to Andertons, check it out. And like I said, the guys in the store are really amped about it. I'm glad. Yeah, and I'm glad I'm getting one for Christmas from Pete. So thanks very much.
And he's going to throw in a couple of Lightpad M blocks for you as well.
Oh, cheers!
Because that's the kind of guy he is.
Yeah. Sick.
That's awesome.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the Andertons YouTube keyboard channel. If you play guitar or bass, or you're a drummer, or you're into music technology, you might find one of our other YouTube channels interesting, and I'll put links to those in the description below. So if you'd like more information on the products we featured in this video, please click up here. If you'd like to watch another video from the Andertons keyboard channel, please click here. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt like the one I'm wearing, please click down here. And if you'd like to subscribe to our keyboard channel, please click down here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.